Missouri. It's Ozark Radio News with News Team 7.
Reporting for News Team 7 in Ozark Radio News, I'm Clancy Talbert. Taylor J. Nelson was arrested for resisting arrest and assaulting an officer. In the probable cause affidavit made by Sergeant Paul M. Bradshaw, he stated that he was working at the security desk at the courthouse, screening individuals coming in when he noticed Taylor J. Nelson. Nelson has been known in the past to be non-compliant with the courthouse regulations. When it was Nelson's turn, he stepped through the metal detector and set it off. Bradshaw asked Nelson to raise his hands for the handheld metal detector. Nelson refused and said, "I do not consent to the search." He then proceeded to walk further into the courthouse. After repeatedly stating that if Nelson didn't leave the courthouse, he would be arrested. Nelson still didn't stop. When Sergeant Bradshaw reached for his arm with his cuffs, Nelson slapped his hands away and continued to do so with each advance and eventually ended up against a bench. He then proceeded to hit Sergeant Bradshaw on the right side of his head, attempting to resist arrest. At this point, Sergeant Bradshaw got back up from Deputy Shay Haston. All three continued to struggle, which resulted in Nelson destroying the officer's microphone. Deputy Corey Clark also stepped in, and all three officers got control of the situation. Taylor Nelson was placed under arrest with the charges of assault, third-degree special victim, and resisting interfering with arrest for a felony. The bond was set at $25,000. On March 5, 2024, residents from Texas County got the opportunity to observe and meet with the state officials at the Missouri State Capitol. State Representative Benny Cook hosted residents from Texas County at the Missouri State Capitol building. While the residents had the opportunity to watch the House proceedings and learn about the legislative process, they were provided insights into proposed policies and laws that can impact Texas County. The residents also got to bring some pressing issues from Texas County, such as the closure of the state gate at Fort Leonard Wood, to Senator Carla Eastlinger, Speaker Dean Plotter, Representatives Cody Smith, Travis Smith, and Brad Hudson. State Representative Benny Cook has expressed his hopes that this could become an annual event. The Missouri Department of Conservation and the Conservation Federation of Missouri thank the thousands of Missouri deer hunters who donated over 245,000 pounds of venison to the state Share the Harvest program this past deer season, including over 5,000 whole deer. For more information on these stories and more, visit ozarkradionews.com. Thank you for joining me this morning. Drew will follow up with a look at sports. I'm Clancy Talbert. Have a great day.
The Battery Station in West Plains is your stop for batteries, of course, but they offer so much more than just batteries. They're also fully stocked for all of your survival and emergency gear. They've got stock foods as well as freeze-dried foods for your packs. They've also got battery backups for emergencies that can run big appliances too. Check out the Battery Station behind Salute's thrift store. Oh yeah, and don't forget to ask about TM3 United Health products.
Thank you, Clancy, for that morning news update. This is Drew Joyce with Ozark Radio News and News Team 7 for your sports update. The NCAA has released their brackets for the upcoming NCAA National Basketball Tournament. Top-seeded teams include UConn for the East, North Carolina for the West, Purdue for the Midwest, and University of Houston for the South. Should be a great tournament for these colleges and universities, and the tournament typically produces some pretty exciting basketball. The Missouri State High School Activities Association has hired a new director of communications. Andrew Kaufman moves from the marketing director position at the Special Olympics Association of Missouri to help bring his skills to high school sports across the state. Kaufman, an Arizona native, moved to Missouri to receive his degree in journalism from the University of Missouri, and he has the credentials to show for it. He'll join the MISHA team in April, working alongside current Director of Communications, Jason West, until the departure in June. In national sports, the St. Louis Blues are on a hot streak right now and will play tomorrow versus the Colorado Avalanche. They still are fighting their way to secure the wild card spot in the Western Conference, and you can tune in to the Blues tomorrow at 7 on Q94 Mountain of Rock. For more sports, run over to ozarkradionews.com/sports, but stay dialed in. Next, we have Matt Stumpf in the Weather Center. This has been Drew Joyce for Ozark Radio News and News Team 7, signing out.
Bailey, Chevy, and GMC, home of the Bailey Factor.
Spring fever? I don't think that's the right diagnosis. It's truck fever. You've got crops to plant, animals to feed, and a farm to manage. You need a workhorse. A new Chevy Silverado from Bailey Chevrolet is the prescription you need. This is John Bailey of Bailey Chevrolet GMC in beautiful downtown Willow Springs. Come in and let Team Bailey find the perfect Silverado for you. And together, let's drive.
News Team 7.
Thank you, Drew, for that sports update. Good morning, I'm Matt Stumpf with Ozark Radio News and News Team 7 in the Weather Center. After waking up to freezing temperatures this morning, we're going to make it quite the rebound this afternoon. Expect sunny skies and a high of 66. Then we might hit 70 tomorrow before temperatures drop into the 50s on Thursday with a chance of rain. For more information, go to ozarkradionews.com/weather and check out daily and weekly weather updates, closures and delays, and more. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Matt Stumpf.
For more news, visit ozarkradionews.com. Powered